two of my favorite people. The reseller, entrepreneur, resale underboss. Is that what?
Soon to be a stock day trader.
Yeah. Gino.
I guess I originated the market.
Yep. And then his underling, who's I guess he's
Protégé.
a reseller in training. Yeah. Dunks. We got so many things.
I actually fumbled a job interview by admitting to being a reseller.
Clearly you didn't.
What job interview were you working at?
It was a relevant sneaker company. I won't shame them in case we interview them one day.
Okay.
But they have an app coming out, and it was for a community leader position, writing articles, whatnot. And mid-interview, they're like, oh, I see on your resume I see you work for a bot company. So I'm like open and transparent and talk about it. They're like, oh, I think that kind of contradicts our morals, or we're not on the same page here. And I was like, well, you got to adapt or die. Like, have you not listened to anything I've been
I kind of
preaching?
feel like that's like walking into a job interview like, yeah, man, yesterday I smoked weed with my boy. And we talked about
JD Sports did you like that,
But it's like you didn't read my cover letter or resume or anything.
JD Sports
I would
did
have
you
left
like
that
that,
off.
Well, no, I highlighted. Because I was like, I see all
I
perspectives.
want to leave that off. Like,
So it's not Foot Locker. They already have an app.
No, it's not. But it was interesting because he just, I don't want to waste
Can you
your
imagine
time.
John Wayne Gacy like applying to be a clown somewhere and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I got bodies under my floor bed, in my basement. In my
But
house.
imagine the HR team that didn't review it when he was open and honest about it in the cover letter.
Who?
Imagine the HR team who didn't review his cover letter when he openly admitted all that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would. I don't think he would have put that in there.
HR would be a third party anyway. They don't care.
Well, not for this little company.
So it's a little company. So let's see.
Well, yeah, we like your resume. Except for this
But-
one little part where you murder people.
My dream job, as you guys all know, Complex, they made a post about, if you want to learn bots and sneaker culture, click here, and they're repping it. So I was like, hey, guys, this is my whole angle
See,
here.
They stole your idea. Everything you talked about in your interview.
That's the distinction I want to make, though, because, one of the reasons why we have you on here is because you are,
Because I just show up.
No, well, that too. We just haven't locked the doors yet. No, but part of the reason
He got here before you got here, so he was able to get in.
Yeah. But part of the reason, though, is because you are well-versed. And so we're more so, like, the way I look at it is, like, I want people to know what they're up against, right? Like, so obviously everybody knows there's bots and whatever. So when you talk about it, I want people to know, like, okay, this is what's out there. Like, I'm not trying to tell people to get bots. I want them to know, here's what you're up against when you try to go get a particular shoe. So, hopefully they're able to find ways to maneuver around that. Like, we're not teaching nobody how to get bots. We're not telling people to get bots. Like, and that's I think is the problem. Is like, and Complex might be just looking at it like, you know what, it's a part of the thing now. So we might as well give into it too.
And I don't want to beat it to death, but my whole takeaway or point was, whether you're a sneakerhead or a reseller, I'm always drawing this Venn diagram. In the middle, you've got that small overlap that's continuing to expand. He's saying no to someone else. My point is relevant for
No. You dog, Cicely Tyson. I swear to God, I bet not.
I mean,
damn it!
I mean, she was like 100.
Oh man, rest in peace, man.
But whether you like it or not, the culture's changing.
This year.
Whether you like it or not, the culture's changing, and sneakerheads are using bots as a tool and not reselling. It's just you almost need a tool just to get the shoes you want sometimes.
I'm sorry, I'm like
that's
lost
reality.
Right now. Like, I hear you, but I don't like right now. Like, dog. Like, I love Cicely Tyson.
Do you know who Cicely Tyson is? It's okay. I didn't expect you to. I'm not.
Like, her and Ruby D were like in my mind, my grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just,
great grandmothers.
Yeah. Like, somebody hide Betty White. Like, dog, somebody put her somewhere.
Is that
like,
Bellworthy?
Keep herself.
No. Really, hide Betty White.
Yeah, like seriously, like protect her at all costs.
Yeah. Cicely Tyson just died.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Damn.
She was, jokingly, I said about 100, but she was 96. So.
Man, rest in peace, Queen. Man, she was man. And like the thing I love about her is that she still was acting. Like, I think the last one she was in was like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
well,
to be
like
that old,
Betty White didn't Betty White do Saturday Night Live a couple years ago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to be that old and to still be functioning enough to where you're able to still perform at that level. Like, that's a testament to.
I want to be that old, able to perform something else at a different level.
And sometimes I feel like we go a couple of weeks without doing a show, I'm lost, I'm gone. Like, I'm stuttering.
Dunks will be like 100, he'll still be botting.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It'll never stop.
My hope would be that one day the government steps in and makes it illegal and prices on the software skyrocket.
The government ain't stepping in. They got bigger things to do.
I honestly can see it going either way.
Yeah, I think it depends.
Because with the amount of you guys hate resellers, I mean, like at some point.
Next thing you know, like
here's the thing though,
the housing market will end up being bodied.
So like, because I understand resale is a part of the game. I mean, that's how you find like eBay. I mean, that's resale.
So blame eBay.
Like, no, what I'm saying is
the culture's changed,
the only way,
and it's unfortunate, but I'm just trying to adapt.
No, what I'm saying is the only way to find shoes that we missed out on retail is to buy it. I mean, it's technically resale, but the problem is resellers have taken over the game so much that it's taken the fun off the game. It's made it like twice as hard to get shoes.
The word general release doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, look at half the shoes that are GR.
I mean, they might as well be quick strikes at this point.
No, but I'm saying, like, at this point, it's such an inflated, oversaturated market, which trust me, I'm going to touch on GameStop and AMC with this too, but people are just buying up in such masses, waiting for prices to go up, that they're inflating the hype. Like, if there was no StockX app, if there weren't people buying up all this inventory, it's not like there's actually demand for some of these GRs. It's just locked in someone's warehouse waiting for a year or two.
That's you're right. You're 100%
and like even
right.
I'm against that, but I understand I can't stop it.
But well, yeah, duh. But I would say though, I feel like it's incumbent on the retailers and even the brands to come up with an answer. However, I know they're not because, especially with the last year we've had, all they care about is selling through. They don't care who has it.
I've been speaking with a few retailers and giving them suggestions how to make their raffles more fair.
Yeah.
And
they don't care.
You'd be surprised. Majority don't, but there are a few that do.
No, I'm not.
And they didn't take my advice, but I will say Premier is one of the few stores. No, I'll say Premier is one of the few stores actually taking a stance and putting in an effort and changing up what they do.
Okay, so you're talking about a boutique. I'm talking about like big box. I'm talking about like big retail, like a Foot Locker or like
they already have a deal with Nike. Why would they care?
That's what I'm saying. Like
they've already made their money.
They care about selling through. They're trying to get their investment back. They pay half for the wholesale. Now they're trying to sell through. They don't care.
Well,
they'll say they care.
Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, and East Bay, they've all hired Datadome to do their bot protection, and it's added CAPTCHA to foot sites now.
You know why? Because they got to look like they did something.
I agree.
That's why. Like, it's all window dressing and lip service, and I'm not, whatever.
But, I mean, it's not something a bot can't update to.
Exactly.
Where I'm saying, like, these small boutiques with raffles, some of them are taking a stance and, all right, 5-minute window or adding this or, oh, what color is an orange? There's little things they're doing. Or, like, Premier, you have to have your info, your address, your payment, all that saved. You can't jig all that stuff.
Right.
I was going to say, the other thing I've noticed which screws me over with a lot of them is you have to have PayPal. Like, it forces you basically to put in a PayPal.
Well, so here's a little workaway around that. You could just make up a bunch of emails, and if you hit, then make a PayPal in that email. Stores haven't caught on to that one yet. You guys are welcome.
No, there you go. You didn't get
Well, I was going to say,
I'm here to help and expose and just be transparent. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to be a reseller my whole life. Like, I got into this to cop limited sneakers, and holy shit, I did. And, I got 2, I got 3.
You want to resell other things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, PlayStations for the most part.
When is that going to die down?
It's already died down. I've got a couple no one even wants right now.
We told you that was going to happen.
It's cool, though. I mean, Sony did more for me than the government in unemployment. I'm thankful forever to Sony.
So
especially
why don't you apply to them for a job?
I'm not really trying to leave Michigan right now. I'll miss a podcast.
You could do it remotely.
I called in from California. You didn't take my call.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
You seen you call, like, oh, fuck him.
We found who this.
You probably turned the phone over like, I don't even see the name.
But
I called twice.
Real quick, instead of getting to our 5-5, I do want to get to our Royal Rumble because it seems to be there's a lot of people having an issue. Now there are some people who are retarded and can't read that it clearly says which sneaker gets eliminated. Like, I don't know how much more plainer it could get. Now, if you're just scrolling through and you see shoes and you just hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down without reading, then that's your fault. I'm not about to apologize for that.
The worst part is if you change it, there'll be I thought it was the old one.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I haven't
mad.
changed it. And you would think after 20 days of the same shoe being up, you would you would figure it out, right?
I told you, I think people are just being spiteful.
No, well, here's the thing.
Bodega couldn't figure it out.
Bodega, yeah, true. They struggle. But shout out to D, FBCC Bay Area, owner of Saya Collective. He's been promoting it. Like, he's been, pushing it or whatever. So, of course, his followers are going to come in and, influence the vote. And it's funny because people are sending me messages like, "Stop the steal." Somebody said I should Rudy Giuliani.
Market manipulation.
Yeah. Somebody even said that I had a Saya vote machine over there counting up all the votes.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so it's I mean, to me it's funny. We're having fun. Obviously, like I said, him getting involved is definitely skewing things, but I'm not about to change it. Like, people still have the option to vote for whatever shoe they want to. It's a free and fair election, you know. I'm not getting involved in any way other than counting the votes.
Who's been
when will we be storming your house? Has that been planned yet?
I'm pretty sure somebody's planning it right now.
Guru.
Yeah, it'll be a one-man protest over there.
No, it'll be him and Lil Guru.
Yeah, I'm more scared of Little Guru than I am a Big Guru.
I would be too.
But no, I would say this: if at the end of this, he's, his shoe, which it looks like it is almost certain that his shoe would be the winner. I ain't mad at that. I mean, because we've had Jordans be the winners. So to see something different and to see a black-owned business, especially with us heading into Black History Month, I ain't mad at it.
I mean, it'd be dope to see it win, but then at the same time, it's like.
But people always got complaints. Like, my favorites are like, well, y'all been putting up trash against those shoes. Dog, like, people, and then, like, when you ask them.
The Mocha Jordans, they lost. Fair and
yeah,
square.
that's what I'm saying. Like, both Kobe's, the yellow toe. Like, dude, there's been some shoes up there. Now, just because your ass only buys the usual suspects of Jordans and Yeezys and you don't know what the fuck else is out there when it comes to sneakers, doesn't mean it's trash. It just means you ignorant. Now, on top of that, what I will say is, because some people are also saying, well, you should have put the Union Ones. These are shoes that came out last year. We're trying to find the best sneaker of last year.
Not
the best
2019.
sneaker ever. Yeah, like, and not only that, I mean, the Union Ones were okay. I'm definitely the Union
Was
Force.
that 2020? Was that the beginning of 2020 or?
Well, the Union Ones?
Yeah, no, that was 2018.
That was 2019, wasn't
I
it?
think it was I remember not getting them. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I remember being
surprise.
Right.
Surprise.
You and like a million other people. No, but
I think all my friends did get them. Actually, I was the only one.
the Union Force came out, and those are trash. Like, I refuse to acknowledge those.
Garbage.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. I feel like people get so caught up in names or brand recognition that they just gravitate to it.
If you had to own the Jordan for the Unions, either colorway, right? Would you leave the tongue as is, or would you unstitch it?
Unstitch it.
God,
Unstitch
that
it.
looks horrible.
Unstitch it. Like, that's the dumbest thing to me. Like, doing something for the sake of being different doesn't always mean it's good. And I hate that.
The tongue is too oblong and obstructed when it's unstitched.
Repeat what you just said real quick.
He don't remember what he said.
Doing something just for the sake of being different doesn't always mean it's good.
So that reminds me, you know the clothing company Ambush?
Yeah.
They're making bracelets, which are pretty much just the off-white zip tie, and they're $800 a piece.
Because they know people are suckers. They know, wow, you all right?
Yeah.
He got ambushed.
I seen a cup of beer attack you. It was crazy.
That's what I get for not paying attention. I was reading my phone and hit the mic with my drink. I was a moron.
What's the thing everybody's
I
saying
thought
now?
he was offended by the zip tie wristband.
He jumped like, what the?
It had violent thoughts.
Yeah, I would too if somebody charged me $800 for something I could go to
You better be
Lowe's
careful.
or Home
Yours
Depot
gonna,
and get.
Yours gonna attack you next.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't afford to lose any of this.
What is
I
that?
had it's a double gin and tonic.
Okay.
Drunken Jordans tonight.
That was clever. But what was I talking about? The
That
zip
would be a
ties.
good show.
That is like, you know why they do it? Because they seen Supreme sell white T-shirts for $300. They seen all these other people charge you ridiculous amounts of money for absolutely nothing.
People
so they're like,
are
fuck it, why not?
People are sheep, man.
Yeah, like Supreme sold a brick, like, dog.
I know plenty of people that sold bricks, and I ain't talking about
Yeah.
them.
So I mean
I'm
that has
staying
market
silent on
value. It's to me. I mean, that's the state of the game right now. That if you can put a name to it, you could probably sell it for more than what it's worth, and get some suckers to buy into it, and create hype around it and all that other shit. But without sounding like the old man shaking his fist at the clouds too much.
I'm just calling you Ebro.
Don't do that.
Why not, Ebro?
Nah. Okay.
I got under your skin.
Man, no, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be considered to be him, but god damn it, come on, bro.
Ebro.
Don't do it.
Would you rather be Ebro or Vlad?
Ebro.
Exactly.
That's not a fair. That's not a fair. Why is that fair?
It's not. I just like seeing you struggle over there on your laptop.
Anyway, there were a number of things. So last episode, I brought up Nike going after fakes and whatnot. We never got into that story. I didn't realize it until listening back to the show. And then there was a story about what happened at work, which I'll get into later. But there are some shoes coming up soon that I think everybody will be interested in. There's no release date for them just yet, but it's one of those things. I think as of last year, like the release dates have been in fluctuation because like you'll have a set release date and then it gets pushed back or canceled altogether, like the 420.
Yeah, well, Nike SB specifically, they're just not giving release dates. They're just sending them to sending the shoes to the retailers and saying drop them when you want.
Oh shit! Heads up.
So like boutiques or like SB shops, they'll have like a week span, and it's up to them. Like Plus in Farmington, they just randomly drop the wheat dunks. Listener actually kind of gave me the heads up.
I like that. I actually kind of like that because people that care about it, well, no, never mind, because resellers be on top of it too.
I see both sides to it, but they're trying.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse.
Or like, you know, the Court Purple SB dunks, they already dropped in Europe, and U.S. hasn't gotten them yet, but that's my next dunk. SB dunk.
Well, what's your next dunk?
I'm going to go for these pink ambush dunks.
I figured you was going to say
Yeah,
those.
but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them off.
I ain't got nothing.
No, okay. Anyway, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 6s, the British khaki, those are dropping this spring.
Gino just resold a pair.
Yeah, he did.
How does this turn back on me?
No, we just shouting you out. We are paying tribute to your reselling ways.
I mean, I'm good at doing some things, just not that.
So you're not a good reseller?
No, I'm terrible.
Okay. I feel like you're just trying to.
Got a pocket full of money. No.
Nope. For those who like Yeezy still, the Yeezy 380 Boost Alien Blue. That also comes out this
As a
spring.
Yeezy fan, I can't do any 380s. I tried.
Which one is the 380?
The first one was an alien colorway. It's kind of like a mid-cut, but it's got a thicker sole.
It's that cantaloupe looking.
That's pretty fair
That
reference.
one.
I haven't thought of that, but I suppose
It's
so.
like a sliced open cantaloupe.
They're comfortable, but it just doesn't
better
look
be.
right. Like the cuts off.
They
for
better
me.
be. If you ugly, you better have a good personality.
For real.
Oh.
You can't be ugly and have an ugly personality. There's nothing to enjoy about you.
That's these. These are 380. See, I don't even know the numbers. I can't keep up with them. They're all hideous.
I've been saying that for years. I've been saying that since the beginning of the show.
Speaking
literally.
of hideous, they just dropped the 700 V1s in a piss yellow color that literally just looks like the OG color, but
A piss yellow.
yeah, and people love them because they're limited. Yeezy Supply only dropped 1,600 pairs.
That's why I don't.
I'm
That's
gonna
why I
type
roll
that
my
in,
eyes
too.
on like certain things because it's
Piss
like
yellow.
certain things people only like this because of the hype. Like because you look at it and it's like, bro, if that was any other shoe, if that was Skechers, and they dropped that shoe, it wouldn't nearly be that amount of attention drawn to it. That's what I'm saying. So that's my thing. Like if Skechers came out with an Air Jordan 11, that would still be dope.
Last time we talked about Skechers, it was because they were copying all of Nike's designs.
Yeah.
So that Skechers Air Jordan 11 could be coming.
Yeah, it could be coming down the pike sometime this year. Eric Emanuel, he has an Adidas Forum 84 high McDonald's All-American. They actually look dope, too. They look clean as hell. He's been on a nice little streak, by the way. Eric
I know
Emanuel.
he does shorts, and people are botting those.
I'm just saying as far as sneaker collabs, he's been on a nice little streak.
He had a
Get the
Yep.
Reebok
He did-
questions.
yeah,
And then
okay.
he had something before that. I can't remember. I mean, he's been doing it for a minute, but I feel like his trajectory is going up. And I actually like these. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna come in my size, but if they did, if anybody at Adidas loves me, look up
shout
for
out the
boy.
marketing team.
Yes.
You talk shit about them all the time.
Who talks shit about them? I defend them. I talk shit about their bosses, not them. There's also, I guess there's going to be a pack because there's also an Adidas Harden Volume 5,
Don't nobody
McDonald's
want
All-American. You're right.
that. Next.
There goes the
I
free
just heard
shoes
McDonald's.
I was looking for.
You just said McDonald's?
You don't get that for
Yeah.
free.
No, yeah, and just pull up to McDonald's and say James Harden sent me or some stupid shit.
Go
like
get the
that.
J Balvin meal.
Oh, my God.
Is that still a thing?
I hope not.
That seemed like it kind of came and went real quick, didn't it?
Well, it's like Travis Scott just did it, bro.
That,
but his seemed like it lasted. It had a little
Yeah.
steam to it.
Who, Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did seem like
The J Balvin one was just like, I remember seeing a commercial for like 2 weeks and then just went away.
Yeah. It didn't have that life.
Went
to
away
it.
like how it should went away. Oh, look, see?
Yeah, it should go away at least. I still to this day laugh at anytime somebody posts that shoe and try to convince me and themselves that shoe is hot.
You see the picture of Penny Hardaway on the sideline wearing it?
You know he got seated there. He didn't care.
But still, it's the fact that he had it on.
Yeah, but whatever.
What's the price?
Like
on
if you
what
are
they
a
going
Nike
for now?
athlete,
700.
Well, that's kind of up from where it was at before.
They were
a
like
couple weeks ago,
1,200,
right?
then they dropped to 7, then they dropped to 6, and they're like sticking around 7.
Oh, okay.
I think that's going to be the members only jacket of sneakers.
As much as no one cares, they're more limited than we all think. No one kept them for themselves. Everyone resold them.
I know, but I'm saying I think 20 years from now people are going to look back like, the fuck were we thinking when we made like Jordan?
It was
Brand's gonna say
2020.
that.
It was just a bad year.
Were you just slapping down members only jackets?
Yes, I was.
Those were cool as shit.
Were.
Yeah, they were.
Just like the J Balvin.
So was that Flock of Seagulls haircut. At one point in time,
Yep,
everyone-
had that too, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I like to think that you look back at those pictures like, yeah, man, the 80s was a weird decade.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And there is, to my knowledge, that I thought I had destroyed all of them. But then at my last reunion, a picture surfaced of me in the slideshow that they did with me with my hair down to here and blue and oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I want that picture. If friends of Dave are listening to the show, I want somebody to submit a picture of Dave in high school. That'd be hilarious.
I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, you do it then. You submit that picture.
No, I've got it somewhere. Yeah.
I'll bet. Yeah,
Probably got it on his phone right now.
I know. You're
It's-
probably looking at it as
dude,
we speak.
No, it's somewhere, but no, it's me. You know, and dude, I was in such a Depeche Mode, Erasure, like goth emo, leather
Oh,
jacket, Doc Martin.
Was there a lot of
but-
drug use going on back then?
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
You know it was.
I was just
Come on,
waiting
bro.
for it to
Hey,
admit to it.
You guys, didn't you guys have Quaaludes?
Dude, I never understood doing drugs that made you sleepy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why I
me
never did
neither.
heroin. I was like, no, dude, if I'm
That
gonna
might be the.
if I'm gonna put drugs in my system,
Bruh.
I'm here to party.
Well,
Wake
yeah.
my ass up.
Well, there's a
That might
difference
be
between,
the most succinct answer I've heard concerning drugs ever.
I'm sitting here about to defend opiates versus benzos, but let's just not even.
No, that was a very valid point. And honestly, if I wanted to argue, I wouldn't. 'Cause that was great.
I mean, it makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Like, why would I want to go to sleep? Like,
I'm a
bingo.
Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be up for 2 days partying.
Well, what's the point of going to a party?
What's the point of doing the drugs?
Just sit down. Just sit
you
down
need
by
help
yourself.
sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, just take a Benadryl and go to sleep, bro.
Clearly, you need something stronger.
Smoke some weed.
Dude,
call it
NyQuil.
Or just eat a whole slab of ribs.
Come on,
yeah,
bro.
get you the itis.
Hey, well, eat a Luther burger.
Right.
Oh, with the crispy.
Right. You really want to go to sleep?
He said eat a full slab of ribs.
No, trust. If
Like,
you
for
eat,
real talk?
if you eat a slab of ribs,
You
you
going
will
to
get
sleep,
tired,
bro.
dude. Like
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. Real talk.
Like, seriously.
The body shuts down. Like
Yeah.
it's a real thing. It's like no, we're
It's working too hard to
oh,
digest all that.
your body's like, wait, I didn't realize we're a bear and it's
Yes.
hibernation season. Shit.
Yeah.
All right, nap time. Cool.
Stay away
Right.
stay away from the rice pudding and get you some ribs.
Exactly. Yeah.
You-
Push away the tapioca.
You will go right to sleep.
Push away the tapioca and pull up some potato salad.
Dude, great moment.
Can't do potato
I'm at the
salad.
grocery
What?
store
Can't
like
do it.
the week after the whole rice pudding conversation happened.
You seen some rice pudding?
And I'm standing at I can't even remember where the hell I was. And I like right at the checkout line, there was something with a recipe for like tapioca pudding, like rice pudding right on it. And I'm like, dude, and I shot him. I'm like, I took a picture and I shoot him. I'm like, I can't even believe I'm seeing this in front of my face right now.
It was calling you.
You're a good one.
I was like, I'm gonna buy this and bring it in for dunks. And I totally
Yeah,
forgot.
see?
I would love that.
That's the way to your heart.
Yeah.
Also, we have
Ribs is the way to your heart, but not in a good way.
That's
Oh,
that's
I
the
see
way
what
to
you
your
mean.
heart disease.
That's the
Slam.
dunk.
How you gonna say it and then bail yourself?
Because
Like,
you know. How many people have had heart attacks from eating too much pork?
Caesar might have.
Oh, damn.
man, your mother did too, but not the pork you talking about. Anyway, Fragment. They have a Nike Dunk high pack,
So it's
City
considered
pack.
pork?
beef, pork,
I was
whatever type of
curious.
meat you think. Whatever type of meat.
It's a ham?
Sausage.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you dig your way out of this one. What kind of meat are you putting in your mouth? Cease?
No, I'm talking about his mother. His mother's mouth.
My parents are Jewish.
All right, kosher sausage.
Allow.
Yes. Duh, speaking of which, real quick, this has nothing to do with nothing. I went to Baskin Robbins one day. My daughter, she loves their little croissant breakfast sandwiches or whatnot, little bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. And so we went, pulled
It is
up.
pretty good.
It is pretty good. Pulled up, get it, and we bite into it. It was like, dog, it tasted different. We both ordered the same thing, bacon, egg, and cheese
Oh,
croissant.
Beyond Meat.
Yeah, it was like this fake Play-Doh looking bacon. I pull it back up, and I'm like, yo, what? Like, I ordered bacon. And she was like, oh, well, that's a bacon substitute. I'm like, no. I didn't ask for a bacon substitute croissant. I asked for a bacon croissant.
I was trying to look out for you.
I don't need you to look out for me, bro. I look out for
Oh, I
myself.
lost my shit.
Dog, that shit looked horrible. It
You
looked like
don't-
Play-Doh.
You don't sneak vegan substitute
Hell nah.
fake crap in on
No
people.
Tofu bacon.
Sound really upset.
I was pissed.
Oh, dude, I'd have been
Hey,
angry.
Hell,
Now, don't get me wrong. I still haven't tried, and I've
Health
said I
isn't
need to.
important.
One of those Impossible
You
burgers.
know why?
I keep saying I want to. Like, I need to try one just to try it. But I figure the only way I can do it is I'm gonna have to go to Burger King and I'm gonna say, look, I need you to give me a Whopper and an Impossible Whopper,
Exactly.
Let you
and
compare.
put them in the exact. Like, I need no difference in the packaging, like nothing. Like, don't tell me
No.
which is which.
I'm pretty sure you can still tell.
Everything I've heard.
Probably
says-
smell it.
Dude, you read, depending on what you read, and like they say they've done a good
That's
job.
bullshit because
It's-
every vegan I know is like, oh, you can't tell the difference. I'm like, yes, the fuck I can.
I'll try it. I'm not offended to try vegan food. It's just never as good.
That's
Yeah.
that's my point. Like I
We
have
did
no
not
problem with it.
spend 10,000 years clawing our way to the top of the food chain to eat broccoli as a main course. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
I'm not trying to eat deep fried cauliflower. Just give me some
Oh, no,
boneless
no.
wings like
no,
everybody else.
I'm okay with
Right.
deep fried cauliflower
That shit good.
as
No,
a
not-
side dish.
Not in
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
No,
As a side
no,
dish.
Like,
not in
you-
place of boneless wings.
Like, don't give me that. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, don't give me these not chicken wings that
Nah.
are cauliflower. I don't want
Nah, son.
cauliflower crust pizza.
Nope.
I don't want your sausage.
That looks like that'd be pretty good too.
I don't know what is it? Mustard, chili, onion, whatever the hell that place is that serves not Coney dogs and calls them Coney dogs.
What? Here?
Oh yeah, have you? Oh, chili mustard onions. That's
That gotta
what
be
it's
in
called.
Royal Oak.
No, dude, it's here. It's in Detroit.
What?
It's a vegan joint that serves not Conies. And I'm like,
that's how you know
It's
Detroit's getting.
downtown, right?
oh, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how you know it's
Yeah.
getting gentrified. Because I'm like that 10 years ago that would never exist in Detroit.
Let me see
They
that
don't
on.
get
Si-
no
Let me see
business.
that on 6 Mile.
Yeah, you know you won't. You know you won't. Damn, what were we talking about? Oh, okay. Anyway, Fragment has a city
Talking
pack.
about you putting meat in your mouth.
No,
Corn-
meat
corned
in his
beef-
mother's mouth. Get
Corned
it right.
beef egg rolls.
Corned beef egg rolls are the shit.
Yes.
Dude, our cook at the brewery that we used to do, that was the
That
shit.
might be my favorite food.
And so Genevieve down here at Bangkok does them maybe once a month.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, give me the heads up.
Dunks
I'm
might
gonna
just turn.
lose
Dunks might just turn black for a second.
for a second.
I mean, hey, you like the corned beef egg rolls?
He
huh?
might actually get some sleep now.
Yeah.
How many of them do you eat?
I try to order at least 3.
Damn, you still can't go to sleep.
I don't eat before bed.
Eat the
That's
fries.
why.
Eat the fries with it.
No, I'm not ordering fries with it. I'm trying to lose weight.
No, well, you trying to go to sleep
Where?
too, right?
Where?
Where?
You like 100 pounds? You like 120?
I'm like the stock market up. I just keep trying to ease my way into this whole stock thing. My weight is like the stock market.
That is like his 5th attempt at a segue. It really,
Yeah.
really.
I know he's
It's
trying so
coming.
hard.
We're not ending the show without me talking about GameStop.
All right, so let me get through this then. So Fragment has the city pack that's coming out this fall. I mean, with the hype of dunks right now, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that that's gonna, people gonna lose their shit. Parlay has Adidas Ultra 4D. That's their 4D shoe.
I like the 4D sole, but they're putting it on too many silhouettes.
Now I will say this: it seems like they're getting the hint and they're dropping the prices on their 4D shoes. I think it went from like 400 to it's either 3 or 250. I can't remember, but it has seen a price drop
I will say,
at retail.
I did a side-by-side, the 4D and the Boost.
Yeah.
And the Boost is more comfortable and cheaper, but I still like 4D. Strictly talking soles.
Yeah, Well, new technology, it gets cheaper as it progresses.
Yeah.
So maybe one day. And then I'm actually looking forward to this. I've seen the initial picture, but I do want to see the shoes in hand. And Arizona Iced Tea is doing another collaboration with the Adidas Superstar.
I did like that.
Yeah.
That actually looked pretty dope.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I think their last collab, they actually sold some for 99 cents.
I think they did.
That would have been, man.
Yeah, no, I think
that's
they
the
did.
thing that happened in New York, right? When it went crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Well,
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that was cool.
I think they had, like 3 or 4 different silhouettes that they were
Yeah,
touching.
yeah.
Why is there no Twisted Tea collaboration? Like,
Well, it should be now.
Like guaranteed to kick your ass, like something.
It
on
should
it.
be.
No,
Well, now that you
just
said it,
knock
somebody,
your
it's
fuck
gonna
out,
happen
that's
now.
all.
It's gonna happen now that you just said it. Somebody listen to the show, like, I got an idea.
You got to just call him the N-word right in front of him.
Bro, that video. Don't let your president get your ass whipped, bro. Like, for real. Donald Trump ain't here to take that ass whipping for you.
Well, here's the thing. It's how quickly he got back up after getting hit with the can. It's like you could tell his body was just in
No, he was
shock.
just reacting. Yeah, like, yeah. It's like a chicken with his head cut off. It still runs around a little
Exactly.
bit. Yeah. All right, so there was, like I said, there was a number of things. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get to the GameStop things. I want to knock it out.
So
Get it over with.
I'm always
He
trying to...
basically want to hurry up and let you have your
Right,
shot.
right. So I'll slip it in as quick as I can, and
Wow.
I hear that's your MO. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. But there's an overlap
Oh,
between
that's
the
what
communities.
she said moment right there.
That's why he's
There-
drinking that double gin and tonic.
Hell yeah.
That's why I don't sleep. There's an overlap.
Well, maybe if you took your time.
Yeah.
There's an overlap between the resellers and sneakers, and we're trying to resell everything. And kids or whoever's getting into stocks or people are paying more attention. And I know you guys have heard me talk about Discord or just on the internet, different forums. As you were telling me, Reddit was a big part of it too.
Mhm.
But a lot of these small groups or whatever you want to call them, chat rooms, whether it's organized or not, they were kind of watching the trends. And these hedge funds are short selling stocks. Specifically, I'm referring to AMC and GameStop. And these small little groups kind of organized and bought it up, and now these hedge funds lost millions of dollars, and a lot of people don't understand it.
Well, so as I was saying, and to clarify, so what a short sale is basically, and it's a very weird thing that I don't even understand why it's legal, because you're effectively
Betting
selling
against it.
No, you're effectively selling something you don't own, because what you're doing is you're essentially borrowing a stock. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to go ahead, and you're borrowing a stock and immediately selling it, because your speculation is that by the time, because and shorts always have a date attached to them. Your assumption is, or your speculation is, that by that date, the stock price will be lower. So you can then, let's say it's a short is at 30 days. So what you're saying is that 30 days from now, I buy it at 10. I buy it at 10 today. I'm making the assumption that 30 days from now, it's going to be at 6. So when I have to give that stock back that I borrowed, I can buy one at 6, give it back, and oh, by the way, so I just made $4 because I sold it at 10 when I originally bought. Like, I bought it and sold it when it was at 10. So what has gone on is, and this started actually, I want to say about a month and a half ago. A guy went through and had posted on Reddit and said, hey, I've noticed this hedge fund has taken a huge short position on GameStop. And so what that means is they essentially borrowed a ton of GameStop stock.
It's fair to say they basically bet against GameStop.
Exactly, because their assumption was that it's going to be worth less when they actually come calling. Well, this guy said, hey, this hedge fund has taken a huge bet and a position against GameStop. If we all kind of dive in and start buying GameStop stock, it's going to drive the price up. We're all going to wind up making money, because then it creates a situation called a short squeeze, because that's the thing. Within that 30-day window that you've borrowed the stock in, you have to buy. There's no not buy it. Like you have to. And so if that price keeps climbing and climbing, that's how much money you're losing and losing, because that's that same example. If I say, hey, within 30 days, I'm buying it at 10 and it's going to be at 6, cool, I made $4. Well, if you buy it at 10 and it's at 16, you just lost $6. If it's at 20, you just lost
And
$10.
Some of these hedge funds kind of like caught on and ate the little loss, and some completely lost everything pretty much overnight.
Oh yeah, no. There's one hedge fund in particular that they lost the equivalent of $13.1 billion, and had to file bankruptcy as a result of this.
And just in case anyone's slightly lost, or I know it's complicated, or we're not like a stock podcast, but I made a post earlier I found on Twitter which kind of compares it to sneakers, and I'll share it real quick. But in comparison, or kind of an analogy, imagine if the hedge funds resold tons of pairs on StockX that they didn't have in hand at a low price, hoping to buy them from individuals at an even lower price to fulfill these orders. Instead, however, people raise the price and they have to buy them regardless to fill their StockX orders, and lost big. That's pretty much what happened. And we were saying earlier, whether it's these small organizations or groups coming together trying to save GameStop or just to make a quick buck, it doesn't fucking matter. But now government's talking about regulations, changing laws, and that I was saying that's not fair because hedge funds have been doing this all along.
Oh, exactly. And I mean, yeah, because I mean, and that's
So it's like people are upset about who's manipulating the market, for lack of better words, right now. But I like this. I think this is great.
and that's the thing is, like we were talking before the show, like my whole thing is, okay, like the SEC has said they're going to start monitoring posts about transactions on social media and Reddit and that kind of thing. Fine, but you better start monitoring the conversations that happen in boardrooms too, because that's where all of these deals have always happened in the past, and all this is the collective population saying, "Hey, I want to play too."
What was the movie you were comparing it to?
Trading Places.
Yeah.
So what we've seen is basically the end of the movie Trading Places, and it's in fact it's exactly what happened in that movie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch it. But to anyone listening, this is big news, and I'm not saying go invest in stocks, but if you're selling sneakers, like it's relevant. Diversify your portfolios and be aware of these trends and what's going on. And
No, I mean it's because it's and there are people that are like, oh my God, this is a once in a lifetime historical event. No, it's not going to be. Like I truly think you're going to see this happen more and more, because now you're seeing, like, people have caught a little bit of flags about hey, not only can we make a buck off this, but we can screw companies that have been screwing the economy this entire time. Like the biggest analogy or the biggest comparison I saw was to 2008 Volkswagen, when this almost identical situation happened, but it was hedge funds that were doing it to Volkswagen at the time. And so, I mean, it's just this isn't going to be a one-time thing. Like, this is going to become, unless and this is what happened. So you had Robinhood and Webull and a bunch of other apps
now,
essentially suspend trading on those.
on that note, though, it's sketchy because Robinhood, I think, was the first platform to suspend trading, and they're owned by Citadel, which is involved with one of these hedge funds.
Exactly.
So there's a whole bunch of corrupt power things going on, and
And when all the apps shut down, the hedge funds had no issue. Like, they didn't shut down the hedge funds trading on them, just these apps.
right,
So that's
which is what Robinhood is the most, I hate to say child friendly, but they're targeting the younger audience.
well, and that's the thing. It's I think the meme that summed it up best is, how are you going to call yourselves Robinhood when as soon as people start stealing from the rich, you shut down your app? Like,
Exactly.
what the
I mean, there's overlap in the communities and the concept of what's going on, and there's a shift from power to the everyday normal day traders. And if it continues, I mean, I'm going to try and ride the wave. I treat stocks like I'm stuttering over here. I treat sneakers like they're actual stocks themselves.
Y'all finish?
Yeah, it's my transition back.
Well, no, I mean, and you're right. I mean, and like I said, the only difference to me was, and that's why I said, I mean, the original analogy didn't quite make sense to me, but if you put it into a speculative position, yes, like, hey, I don't have the sneakers in hand, but I'm assuming I can get some, and so I'm selling them before I even have them, and then, oh shit, I can't get my hands on them, and now all of a sudden I have to go to the resale market, and now I'm paying. I sold them for $4, and I got to buy them for $5. Shit,
This
that's
is why I laughed. Like, 'cause at least at the beginning of the year, maybe even towards the tail end of last year, I've seen a lot of people getting on, like you said, Robinhood and all these different apps, calling themselves wanting to get involved in stocks and all this other shit. And I laugh at them because I'm like, okay, you just found out about this shit. You just Google search some shit. You think you know the ins and outs. You're going up against people who have been doing this shit for years. And on top of that, there's forces within that world that are going to serve the best interest of some and not the others, and we're seeing that play out now, right?
Well, and that's like you were saying, it was very, to use the phrase, kid friendly. It did make it too easy for some people to do things. I mean, there was the story about the kid in Ohio that killed himself when
misunderstood.
He misunderstood. All of a sudden, he wound up with a negative $730,000 balance in his account because negatives post before positives. But that's the funny thing is if you look back, not like funny, haha, more, hey, this milk smells funny because, well, he killed himself. But he was trying to short. And that's the danger of this. Like if the guy that had posted on Reddit didn't get a bunch of people hopping in with him, he could have lost his ass. But because it became a thing,
and it spreads from one group to another group to another group, and there's all these little tiny groups doing the same thing, and everyone thinks it's market manipulation, but it's a free market.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Well,
but we all know it's not, though.
You can't have a free market without market manipulation. That's how it works.
Right, it's either going to be...
It's no difference. Dude, how is that any... Let's sneaker analogy. How is that any different between everything's a limited release?
Not.
Instead of just making...
manufacturing demand.
It's the sneakers versus... Well, there you go. It's that conversation that happened before about sneakers versus Xbox PS5.
Right.
Like, dude, they're going to keep making Xboxes and PS5s.
Right.
You don't have to go to a reseller market to get... Like, just wait a couple months. They'll be there.
Exactly.
But if it's a limited release sneaker... That's it.
Right. And you're right. And so that's why, for me, like, watching all this unfold with this whole stuff, I mean, it's been interesting. It's been kind of funny because it kind of felt like for a second the little guy was kind of sticking it to the man.
Well, and that's the funny thing is now you've got, like, Elon Musk weighing in. And so my hope...
I saw Mark Cuban jump in on the conversation.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
so, that's the thing. Like, if Elon Musk... decides that because he's gone on record before that he hates the whole short process, and hates hedge funds and all that kind of stuff. If he gets a burr up his ass and decides that he's going to start doing this all by himself, he could. Like, he could just single-handedly decide to drive up Blockbuster's sale price, or Nokia, or pick whoever that they just go through it. And that's the thing is, this guy that did the original post, reading through the paperwork and the documentation to find out like what hedge funds are out there, and B, where they have their heavy short positions. That's not exciting reading. Like that it's not. So it takes him to, but I mean, Elon Musk could just hire somebody to do it for him. Like, hey,
well,
assistant, go find me what I want to go through with next.
Speaking of just taking down the system, it looks like Nike and Converse are trying to take down resellers, fakes, and counterfeits. Which, okay.
I will say sneakerheads and resellers could come together and both share their passionate hate for fakes. If you're a reseller selling fakes, even resellers hate you.
Well, yeah, but okay, because there's so many angles to this. Because on one hand, I do blame the brands for the explosion of fakes because, one, fakes have gotten better to the point where some people either don't care or don't notice that they're, as close to the authentic product as, more so than it used to be. But I blame the brands to a certain degree because it's like you're the reason why people are okay with getting fakes because they can't get their hands on the release, and then when it does hit the resale market, it's going for thousands of dollars. So you know what? If they look damn near identical and I can spend $150, $200 here as opposed to $1,000 here, fuck it. We live in a different age. Like my generation, damn, that sound old. My generation, like
you mean the generation that grew up to swap meet Louis?
Yes. My generation, like we look down on that shit. Now, people don't care.
I agree with you, but people I would have never imagined speaking like this, the second the Dior's came out, like, sneakerheads were like, fuck it, I'll wear a fake pair. And that shit caught me off guard, but that's, like, the first shoe where
first of all, if you live in my area and I see you wearing some Dior's, I know they're fake.
Someone wore them.
We know you ain't got 20 G's.
The inauguration.
What you talking about, man? You live in a nice area.
I don't care. Like, I know you ain't got 20 G's for no shoes. You might have 20 G's.
Nah,
you ain't got 20 G's.
Places I'm in.
I'm talking. Okay, if I know you and you got on some Dior's, I'm calling
No,
you
I
out.
got some Dior's.
I'm calling you out, bro. I know you ain't got 20 G's.
calling you out.
You just asked me for $20 in gas money last week. How you got 20 G's in Dior money?
Needed that because he was $19,980 away.
Bruh. If you penny pinching like that, bro. If you looking for change under your seat
Needed that extra
to get them
20.
Dior's.
Needed that extra 20, man. It was an investment. It was a hedge
I
fund.
was done. You talking about the shorts and all that other shit. Anyway,
See, it's still relevant.
but no, it also makes me think of, because now I'm starting to get annoyed by all these fake ass Air Jordan 1s I see. Because not everybody's coming out. I seen the one where the swoosh is a bull and the collar has that like bandana print. You got Cool Kai. You got everybody named Mama's coming out with Air Jordan 1s and they're acting like they're so fucking creative. That's not creative. Literally taking 90% of something and adding one little detail is not creative. I'm sorry. Case in point, if I was to take, let's just say Cool Cop for the sake of argument. If I was to take his shoe and instead of a thunderbolt, it's a cloud at the end. You know what I'm saying? And I take every other detail of that shoe. Am I creative?
The most recent I saw was the 2 dice.
Yeah, I seen that shit, which is fucking stupid.
It's still like a swoosh that ends in dice, which
yeah.
I had a hard time. Like I'll leave it at like the star or the lightning. Like at least looks okay, but the dice is just like you just threw 2 squares at the end of a swoosh.
But the thing that annoys me is that they're acting like they're coming out with something new and different, and you're not. You really aren't. You're not coming out with anything new or different.
You know how much that guy was charging for those?
No, I didn't even. Cool Kai.
That's the part that's curious to me is how much are you charging for it and how many people are actually jumping on board
with Cool Kai? I was impressed with the box.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I'll say that.
Nice packaging.
Look, they're making the most out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're running,
but
and I'm not mad at that. Like, because somebody was like, "Well, they could be selling drugs." Okay, if that's got to be your argument to even justify this shit, then I don't want to talk to you.
But I mean,
anything is better than selling drugs.
The thing that I always say is clearly there's a market for it.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at them for taking advantage of the market. What I am mad at is
drugs
I am
and
mad
sneakers sell themselves. You don't have to be a hustler to off drugs.
No,
and
what
sneakers.
I'm saying is,
you got to be pretty good.
And Gino, you are 100% right. I agree with you. There is a market for whatever reason for it.
Yeah, I'm mad at the sheep.
I'm mad at the sheep. Well, I don't even feel like they being sheep. Like, I mean, you know what you're getting. They're not pulling the wool over nobody's eyes. They're not faking the fun.
No, they're not. But people are still like they're jumping on board. Why?
Because. Well, I mean, this kind of goes to the story because there's such a demand for Air Jordan 1s that they're willing to buy anything that looks similar.
It's not that serious.
It really isn't. But
just get some mids.
The part that annoys me, like I said, I'm gonna repeat this one more time so I want no confusion. The part that annoys me, look, if you're going to make fake Air Jordan 1s and change the swoosh and all that other shit, fine. Just don't try to tell me that it's some type of that you changed the game. Just don't try to tell me that you're creating something different. Just don't try to tell me that you're being creative because you're really not.
I think Warren
You changed
Lotus.
one part. You changed one part of another shoe. And but let's be honest. You just changed the parts that you couldn't get sued over. That's what you really did.
Even that's a gray area, though.
Yeah, I was gonna
Really
say because how much more of the actual design does Nike actually have patents for?
They got the swoosh. That's what I'm saying. And this is why I think they're getting away with it because I think they're able. I don't think they trademarked the design. I think the swoosh was the only trademark on that shoe.
Because they weren't able to trademark.
Yeah,
the dunk
this is why
silhouette's trademarked. Without
now they did, but that was relatively. I thought it was like 2012 when they did that shit.
I really don't know.
Because
dunks came out like in the 80s, so that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they thought it through. This is why you see it even back then in the 80s.
They learned their lesson
fakes.
from Bape.
Yeah, and this is why I think they started retroactively trying to go like.
Well, that's
do
why
what they could.
Well, that's why I would say like I would just think like certain like pieces of like the Jordan 1 would be like patent or trademarked or whatnot, like how the paneling, the side paneling is color blocked, or how the midsole is like how everything is kind of like put together. Like if they could trademark like certain pieces to where it'd be like, no, motherfucker, we caught you up. Like that's exactly how Jordan 1 looks. We own a trademark.
That's my point. The selling point isn't your creativity; it's the fact that it looks very, very close to an Air Jordan 1.
I think some of these guys.
That's the thing that's annoying me. It's like, dog, if you gonna bullshit, I have no problem.
You
Bullshit.
with that, man?
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna.
I
didn't want to overtalk anyone.
No, I was gonna say if you gonna bullshit,
We do
look,
that all the time.
I have no problem with people making their money. If you're gonna make your money bullshitting, fine. just don't try to convince me that you're doing something unique and different when you're really not. Like I said, if that shoe did not look like a Jordan 1, it would not have the appeal that it has.
Hear me out. I think a lot of these guys started off as customizers. I agree with everything you said, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of these guys started as customizers one-of-ones,
Yeah.
and then they saw that there was demand for it like this,
Yeah.
and they just riding the wave.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, fine, do that. Just
don't.
But my
present it-
shoe goes dun 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 dun.
yes, that's what I'm saying. You vanilla icing it. These are what you have are a bunch of vanilla ices out here, basically just taking under pressure and changing one little part of the beat and acting like it's something different. Like, oh, look at this crazy beat I came up with. No, that beat existed. All you added was the one ding at the end. That's it. The Air Jordan 1 existed. All you did was add X to it. That's it. Or you removed X from it so you wouldn't get sued.
I was gonna say you might have just gave him my idea because I was
Hey,
gonna see an
maybe
X
we should
swoosh.
put a switch on the
Yes.
X. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, if I
the
see
real
that.
the real band.
Yes. That's all it is. Like, basically, you have a bunch of sneaker vanilla ices out there just basically taking what already existed and just adding one little tweak to it. And it's like, okay, if you're going to do that, fine. Just do it over there and quit trying to
So-
convince me and yourself that it's something
So
Just
let me ask you
out of this world creative.
So do you think that would be alleviated if the Jordan 1 was available on Nike by you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Because then
With-
people can come up with their own colorways.
But again, knowing how Nike by you is,
Well, they're
with
not
how
gonna do it.
limited
Yeah.
with how limited the color options
Oh, yeah.
and all
The
of your
materials.
material options
That's
are,
why I can't sleep at night, because I didn't get a Nike by you fucking dunk.
go
Oh,
on
you
E-
missed out.
Go,
Yeah.
go on eBay.
I designed so many of them. I had them all ready. It came to it. I couldn't even.
And we
I
got
couldn't
paid for
even-
that. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Go, well, no, I was just saying, like, do you think that would alleviate
Yeah.
people from? But I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think it would.
Yeah, what?
I don't think so because I think you would still have people so thirsty for. I mean, what do we always say when it
Did you
comes
know
to
why?
Nike
Because
by you?
most people just want different than what they've gotten, right? So, like, if you are in Los Angeles, oh, I can make a Los Angeles colored Air Jordan 1.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Those.
huh?
I already had those.
I know, but you can make like a purple base with a yellow swoosh. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different color blocking schemes that you can come up with that hasn't come out yet. And that's all I'm saying. Like, people, like, if you go to a certain college, you might want the colors for that. You know, whatever concepts and things that people draw from when they already make Nike IDs. You know what I'm saying? Some people just might just go in there and tinker and come up with something great, you know, by accident. I just think having those options would. Just like they do that with every other shoe.
For the most part,
So, I mean.
the options are still very.
Oh, very
Very
limited.
limited.
Very limited, but you know, Nike allows you to do some, play, with their what is it, Nike by you now. I still want to call it Nike ID.
That's what I was about to call it, but I had to be correct.
But yeah, but that's I just think that's what it is. It's such a demand for Air Jordan 1s that people will take just because I think it has more to do with the range of colorways, even though a lot of the colorways seem very close to colorways we've already seen already. Like,
It's definitely a.
why do I need another black toe?
It's definitely a thirst for them Dior's now since Homeboy had them on, got made famous after the inauguration.
But I would say the same thing about Bape though. Like, Bape, okay, make your money, but if they came out and was like, oh man, we got this crazy shoe that is super creative. No, you
They're
just
doing
took
that with
first one.
the dunk right now.
Who?
I think they're calling it the Skatesta or something.
Who?
Bape's dropping a new silhouette.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever, make your money. Listen,
Bape, who already did it, was like, yeah, we're going to do this again.
listen.
Because it's popular now. It's a market for it. I can't.
Ex-
For them, I really can't get mad
I'm a-
at it because you've already set the precedent that you've done it before.
Here's my thing though.
Why not do it again?
Here's my thing though. Like, it's funny because people used to make fun. Like, you used to go to Kmart and you would see like they clearly are derivatives of like an Air Jordan or
Oh, you should
whatever
have
popular
seen
sneaker.
these Concords I seen at Walmart the other day. Oh man,
That's what I'm saying. Like, we used to
It's
laugh at that shit.
terrible.
They used to laugh at that shit because you clearly are pulling from the 11s, or you're clearly pulling from the Air
Right.
Jordan 3. It's obvious the inspiration of said shoe. We used to
Right.
laugh at that shit. Now all of a sudden,
It's acceptable.
yeah, it's just whatever. Anyway, Nike and Converse are suing 600 websites and hundreds of social media accounts. In an article written by Sheena Butler-Young for Forward News, Nike and Converse have both filed sweeping lawsuits against 589 websites as well as hundreds of social media accounts for allegedly infringing on a variety of their brands' trademarks and attempting to sell counterfeit products. Now, what those trademarks are, I'm guessing, is the logos, and depending on which designs they do or don't have the trademarks for. In a complaint filed recently in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, Nike and Converse claimed that nearly 600 websites, including, and they named some, mybestsneakers.com, Mux Store is MUKS-store.com, and perfectkicks.org, which should be, if a website ends in .co or .org, just go in there with serious reservations.
Mybestsneakers.com really is shut down.
Oh, is it? Oh boy.
Even open up.
Oh boy. So those are the three websites.
What was the other one? Mux?
Mux, MUKS-store.com. And then it was perfectkicks.org, as well as 676 social media accounts have attempted to capitalize. They closed too?
Bro, I remember when
Wow.
gas stations were selling fakes.
They still do.
Yeah,
what
they
you
do.
mean?
Yeah, well,
Word.
yeah.
I haven't seen it in
Remember.
a little bit.
It's
They all
women-
switched to like bongs and pipes and shit.
Well, sell
They don't.
houses as
Yeah, they're
well.
not as brazen about it as they used to be.
Which gas stations did you go to? They still
That's
have them out
true.
in the front. Like,
I'm talking about the ones near like Birmingham Public School.
Ooh.
no wonder.
Yeah, there's still some gas stations in the hood.
Man, I was going to say, come to a liquor store over on Finkel.
Yeah.
They got, like right where they hanging the tall tees at, they got like the fake Air Max 95s sitting
Yeah,
out
get
there.
those
the
Fago
fake-
11s.
Yeah, they got all of that. The funniest is when you see a crackhead come in and actually buy a pair and try and work a deal with them. Like that is the greatest thing ever. Do man, come on, man, let me get these for $10. No, man, they 20. Come on, man, let me get 10. All right, man, just give me the other 10 back later, and actually sell them to him. And you really wear them out
No
the
one
store.
else is buying it.
Oh boy. 676 social media accounts have attempted to capitalize on the popularity of Nike and Converse's trademarks by manufacturing and marketing falsely labeled counterfeit products. So I think they're talking specifically about products that people are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They're trying to tell you these are Jordans when they're really counterfeit. So not these other people that I just ranted on.
The question is, would Jeff Staples still collab with them?
Probably.
You really love going after
Probably.
him, don't you?
Probably.
Hold up, Dunks. What color would it be?
Well, probably gray with red and a little
gray,
pigeon
a
on
little,
the side.
yeah, a little bit of peach. Like, dog, like I'm telling you, if they broke, don't fix it. That's Jeff Staples' way.
Hey, again, there's a market for it. It's sheep willing to buy. So I
That
mean,
is true. The complaint also adds that the defendants are operating a counterfeit scheme via 42 separate networks based in China, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain.
I'm surprised Russia's not in on it.
I'm surprised by that too, as well as other foreign jurisdictions. The lawsuit further states that to ensure the consumer make the association between defendants' counterfeit products and the genuine Nike products from which they were copied, defendants not only copy the designs, patterns.
I'm afraid you can't
Yeah.
stop China, and Nike needs to pay more attention to WeChat because they're just pumping them out faster than you can imagine.
Defendants not only copy the designs, patterns, and color schemes associated with Nike and Converse products, but also expressly identify the counterfeit products as Nike or Converse products. So that's different. So like my rant at the beginning of this, that's something totally different. Because like I said, those guys aren't pulling the wool over your eyes. You know going in, these are not Nike and Converse products. These websites are trying to sell you on the fact that these are Nike and Converse products when they're not.
It's fucked
Further-
up that it's like we have to differentiate this terminology at this point
Yeah,
between
it
like
really is.
knockoffs and like no actual counterfeits.
Right. There's knockoffs and then there's knockoffs. You know, like whatever. Further defendants identify the counter product. Further defendants make unauthorized use of plaintiffs' marks, including the trademark protected Nike and Converse names, throughout the infringing websites and infringing social media on which these goods are advertised or offered for sale to consumers in the United States and the district. Both Nike and Converse have a well-documented history of aggressively defending the various trademarks. In 2014, Converse made headlines when it sued more than 30 different companies, including Walmart, Kmart, and H&M, for allegedly knocking off the design of his iconic Chuck Taylor sneaker. And I remember that. Where am I at? Most of these claims have since been settled. Nike, meanwhile, has sued multiple brands over the years for alleged trademark infringement. In addition to ongoing litigation with Skechers, the brand recently sued designer Warren Lotus and his company for trademark infringement, trademark dilution, and unfair competition, among other counts. The suit involving Warren Lotus was settled last month. But I will say this, and if I'm going to go on a rant those other people, I got to go on a rant against Nike and Converse. It's your fucking fault. Like, real talk. Y'all out here trying to manufacture demand. Because even when I talk to some people, it seems like, once again, they think it's some type of intrinsic value. So, like, and there is a connection, right? Like, if a shoe comes out and it resells for a lot of money, chances are that, first of all, we know Nike and Jordan Brand recycle shit. Like, if it comes out, chances are it's going to come out 5-6 years later or whatever. Just like the Raging Bulls, right? Raging Bull 5s or the Toro 5s. They came out when? 2000 and... It was a part of that pack. Is that in
what was that, 2010?
Yeah. And guess what? They're coming back out now. Now, it took a while, but eventually things come back out. And they know, I don't know what they sold for back then, but I guarantee they're going to sell for like $200 this time.
It'll be a $200 retail.
And they're able to inflate the prices for certain shoes because they know there's a certain value for that shoe. They know, they see us paying $500 for these shoes on
Lightning
StockX.
4s.
I hate those shoes. But, yeah, I hate those.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's bellworthy.
No.
I'm surprised the community won't come and attack you for that one.
I can't
You can
fucking
try.
wait.
You can try. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm really surprised that you.
If I had to pick first of all, I don't know. I just
You're not
like
a fan of yellow?
No, I like a yellow because I love the Tour Force.
And the Soulfly 17s. I think we both got them.
Yeah, the Tour Force were
That's
dope.
why y'all connected.
Now I'm waiting. Wow, I'm waiting for them to redrop.
I say yeah. He says wow.
I'm waiting for those. Nah, I'm hoping those come back out. Which we'll see. Because those were dope. Because like they had a little patch on the tongue that came off.
The Tour yellows.
Yeah. What was I saying? But when you manufacture and limit products so much, especially the hype releases that you know that we're going to all gravitate to, when you do that so often and you don't put up any safeguards for even like the general releases that we can get our hands on, like you look at the Mocha 1s and you look at other releases that shouldn't have been as hard to get, you kind of create this space for people to create fakes. And you also create this attitude, this jaded attitude of sorts, where people either stop giving a fuck or they say, you know what? I don't care if they fake or not. I want this shoe so much that, you know what? If I can't get it from Nike, I'm going to get it through somebody else. You create that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make any shoe limited, because that's part of the game, right? Like some shoes are general releases, some are quick strikes, some are limited, some are exclusives, whatever. There's different tiers to shit. But it seems like now we've reached the hyperbolic level of everything is fucking hard to get. Everything is limited. And once you get to that point, then you create attitudes like, you can go after these companies all you want to. There's always going to be those companies, and there's always going to be people willing to buy that shit, especially with them getting better as far as their production. As far as, because now you really got to know what you're looking for. And if you're just walking on the street and somebody has them on feet, you're not going to tell them to take their shoe off so you can do a detailed look or search of their shoe.
Gino might.
No. No. Do you think it's harder do you think that thought process of wanting to get something so badly is a derivative of Nike wanting to further and further go direct to consumer? Because
no.
What I mean when I say that is the fact that before you could go into a Foot Locker, you could go into a Champs, you go into a Finish Line, and you can see.
I've been seeing girls.
You felt like you somewhat had a chance to
creating an
actually get
atmosphere so you got 100% sell through.
Exactly.
You know what? That's an interesting angle I didn't think about. Look at you, Gino.
Well, because I think about
I'm proud of you.
He does bring something to the table.
every now and then.
I'm proud of you.
That's why I had to take the hat off.
It was
too much.
It's thinking too hard. It's like
But no, like from the business standpoint, for them, yes, it makes sense. Let's eliminate the third party. We can just go direct to consumer. But it feels like has that had a negative effect on their core customer?
Yeah, because now that you say it, it does make me think, okay, are they manufacturing demand so that when they do drop product?
Wait, are you calling this market manipulation?
Yes.
All right.
So that when because you're right, because part of the safeguards of selling wholesale is that you get something out of it, right? You split the risk, right? So while I might not get 100% of what I wanted for the product, I get 50%, and then it's now on you, the retailer, to sell through, right? So when you go 100%, when you go direct to consumer, yes, you recoup 100% of the profits. However, it's now incumbent on you to sell through. That was something that you didn't have to worry about as much back in the day. But one of the perks is even if it does go to an outlet, you still make more than 50%.
Right.
Now, I might be going off on a tangent or not relevant, but like stores like this where you're saying, they take the risk with the wholesale, whatever. But now in more modern times, you have all these consignment shops popping up, and they don't have Nike will be like, all right, we'll send you this limited shoe, and then these 2 shelves of bullshit. But these consignment shops kind of surpass all that and kind of apply pressure to the franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's harder to move. Like when we were younger, we'd walk in a store, try on a shoe, like, oh, this looks dope. But now it's like if Travis Scott didn't wear it, it's not on my radar.
Yeah.
Where a
that's
consignment shop can focus and have just that specifically. And then Foot Locker's like, oh man, there's even less demand for this insert bullshit model here.
Because that's part of the risk. Because like it's easy to sell that Air Jordan 11, but is it gonna be that Jumpman Pro Quick? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sitting there.
Which
for a
I
while.
actually seen on somebody's feet when I was in Flint the other day.
What shoe?
That was wild.
I just threw something out.
No, like I seriously, the dude had on the white, black, and purple one.
Yeah.
He had like a full fit on. He was walking. I was at work. I'm in a Walmart, and he like had the full fit on. I was like, somebody told him that was the shoe for him.
You sure it wasn't Jumpman Bostic?
No, he was way too young.
Oh. Wow, JB, you heard that? That was Gino.
That wasn't me.
Dunks put his hands up. Dunks got in the defensive stance.
Hey,
like,
Dunks heard that alarm going off again.
He seen the van go down the street and was like, "Is that the airship?" But no, yeah. But no, the brands. I mean, that's an interesting angle, honestly, and I might have to ask some questions like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" But I mean, that could be part of it. It could be a byproduct of them wanting to ensure that they can sell through, because now that's a huge responsibility, because you're a big company, you got shareholders that you are beholden to. So
yeah, I mean, just in general, we've killed the general release.
Yeah.
Like there is no such thing really.
And this is why I don't think
GRs.
they care, because
The
at the end of the
Blondie
day,
Adidas are the only GR I know of.
oh my god.
Well, actually, no. The only GR that I've seen that's coming out that looks like it's somewhat a GR.
Tomorrow's Ray Guns? Or last week's Ray Guns?
When that's supposed to come out like 2 weeks ago?
The Kyries are last week.
Was the Griffey
That
Max
fourth
1.
wall, I'm telling you, it's struggling to stay up.
The Griffey Max 1.
Yeah.
The Freshwaters.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that looks like it's somewhat still holding true as what
This
a
is why
GR would be.
A lot of times, I don't even want to talk about certain shoes publicly, because I don't even want to add or contribute to the hype, because it's like, no, let them go under the radar so I can get
There
those.
was some Starfish 13s or something. What was the colorway? The last
Yeah,
That was Starfish.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call them, but people in resale world were calling them general release just because they didn't sell out.
Yeah, in their minds, that's probably what it means.
I mean, but when you look at that shoe from our world, that would have been a GR.
You know, here's a real quick way to identify if you're a hype beast. If you buy a shoe, and after the fact, you are concerned about those shoes, the shoes you already bought.
This didn't sell out?
Yeah, you are a hype
I got to
beast.
return
for
these.
sure.
Yes,
I got 30 days through Nike.
because it shouldn't matter if that shoe
If you
sold
want
out
the
or
shoe,
not.
you want the shoe.
Exactly.
You know, Nike's
At that point, you're just buying this shoe for everybody else. You're buying this shoe.
You're a follower.
So, yeah.
You know, when you buy directly from Nike, they used to have a return label in the box.
They don't give you nothing no more.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's still free returns, but you got to like go online and request it, and it's like they've caught
Who?
Nike. If you buy
No,
directly,
if you got the app.
well, yeah, but I'm saying they used to have a return slip in every package.
They don't send you no paperwork really anymore. They just send you
Oh.
your receipt.
Because a reseller will buy 50 pairs, be like, oh, these brick, there's no profit, and just return all of them.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem too.
Yeah. Good. I mean,
Different bricks, Gino.
Oh, not those.
Nah, these bricks aren't profitable.
You know, we haven't
You
done.
got the off-tan brick.
We haven't done these in a while. So you know, let's get back into it.
This is a good episode.
Yeah, this week in stupid.
Keep drinking.
This week in stupid, as if we haven't talked about some dumb shit already. Man pistol whip over Air Jordans. Yep.
Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. An article written by Brandon King for SneakerShopTalk.com. 32-year-old Roderick Pierce of Brooklyn Park responded to a Snapchat posting about buying a pair of Air Jordans. Roderick agreed to pay the $1,000 asking price. Yeah. And that the meeting place for this exchange would be the seller's home. No! No, Roderick, what are you doing? Roderick, get out of there.
He tried to.
I sound like I'm narrating as it's happening live. Like, no, what are you doing? It's like watching a scary movie. Like, don't go in the basement. Roderick was recognized by the seller as a regular client at the smoke shop where they worked. Roderick took a look at the shoes and then told the seller he was going to get the money from his car. This is all wrong.
It just
all wrong. Everything about this is red flags.
How many times have you read this exact same
Bruh.
story?
Do not go to nobody's house to buy shoes. Do not sell shoes from your house.
Do not let them go to the car.
No, exactly. Like, no, why the cash ain't in your pocket? This ain't Scarface where he shows up to the hotel room and he's like, oh, I ain't got the money. Oh, I ain't got the drugs either.
Build a reputation for
Then
yourself.
your friend ends up getting cut up with a chainsaw in the tub. Go ahead.
Build a reputation for yourself and have cash in hand or do Cash App. And if you just don't have any of these abilities or skills, fuck it, give StockX 10%.
You might as well at that point.
Right.
Honestly, yeah.
Like seriously.
Honestly, after all these years, I'm still surprised that we still have these stories. This segment should not exist, but yet it
Especially for somebody buying a shoe for that price.
If I'm spending
$1,000, like,
Nah.
come on. There's no reason. Why am I not going to StockX?
I might show up with security and a notary. I want every ounce of protection.
Hold up. And what Jordan 1 do you think it was? $1,000.
Travis
J
Scott.
Balvin's.
I mean, to jump at something for $1,000, it had to have been
Through a
he had to
Snapchat
undervalue
post.
it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
people are just like, God, these new kids just seek immediate gratification at all times. It's
he
like, just
wasn't new.
fucking
He was
take a breath.
32.
Oh, Jesus.
Is he 32? Yeah,
You said
32 years old.
He,
Yep.
He's not a kid.
Yep.
He our age.
Yep.
Everyone just needs to breathe. If it's too good to be true, it fucking is. It's not a car. It's not a puppy. Don't be so fucking impulsive.
Dog. Where are we at? Surprisingly, he did not return with cash. Instead, he returned with a handgun. According to the police complaint, the seller attempted to reclaim the shoes, but Roderick struck him with the gun.
At least he
And
didn't
then-
shoot him.
Yeah, and then ran to his car. The commotion from the altercation alerted someone else in the house, who then ran out to the garage. This person was standing near the victim when Roderick allegedly backed his car up and fired 2 shots through the passenger window before speeding away. So just to be clear, you brought a gun.
He did fire the gun.
Yes. So you brought a gun.
He's going to
So you brought a gun, and instead of using it, and I'm not saying you should have, but you hit him with the gun, and then after you already had the shoes, got in your car, that's when you decide to let off 2 shots?
I mean,
Yeah.
New York, man.
See,
you know,
if someone's facing you and you shoot them, you might have a chance in court. But if you shoot them in the back, you're kind of fucked.
you don't know what you shot at, so technically you could have a chance saying I didn't know that I hit him.
Well, if your life's in danger, all right, defend yourself. But if someone's driving away and you just start blasting,
isn't that like accidental manslaughter? I feel like
no, I think you're fully liable because
Yeah,
if
hell yeah, you fully liable.
if you're already fleeing and you shoot them from behind,
could you claim
that's a big no-no.
Could you claim some form of self-defense if you feel like they were chasing after your
If
car?
there's cameras and they're facing you and you say,
All
"My
right,
life's
well,
in danger,"
never
if you're in Florida and you chase after a 14-year-old kid with an iced tea and some Skittles after the police tell you not to do anything, then
well, all is fair game.
yeah.
I'm not-
But is he wearing a hoodie?
Yes. Thankfully, no one was hit by the shots. According to investigators, it was the homeowner who heard the scuffle and subsequent gunshots. Bullet fragments were found in the house close to where the victim was standing. Home surveillance footage captured images of Roderick, who, with his unique tattoos and clothing, was soon arrested. Bruh, and this is another thing, too. If you are going to turn into a life of crime, don't try not to at least hide things that are easily identified to you.
His tattoo, he was probably sleeveless shirt, so you can see the full arm sleeve.
Man.
Or maybe he had a face tat.
Roderick was charged with first-degree aggravated robbery and drive-by shooting.
One of those Nike football full cover things.
Oh my goodness. If convicted on the charges, he faces up to 30 years in prison. Like, bruh, like you 32, you gonna spend the next half of your life in jail.
I mean, hey, with COVID at the rate of these vaccines, he's probably dying in there.
Probably.
You probably like better to die in there than just die out in the street.
No, what is up with Snapchat? Snapchat sneaker sale ends in robbery. Jesus.
Something is weird. Fucking Ryan Reynolds has a movie coming out on Snapchat. Unless I completely misread the article.
Why?
How are you gonna like?
If it ain't Deadpool 3, I don't care.
Right. Hey, yeah, just keep.
An article written by Brandon King for SneakerShop.com. A sneaker sale in Hartford, Connecticut. You wouldn't think crime happens in Connecticut.
Why not? Why is that, Caesar?
Huh?
Why not?
Okay, sneaker crime. What happened in Connecticut? Let me say that. I can see white collar crime happening in Connecticut.
Hey, that's my polo.
Yeah, exactly. That's my lacrosse stick. A sneaker sale in Hartford, Connecticut ended in armed robbery. The sale was arranged on Snapchat, and the meeting location of 447 Barber Street was set.
Selling some Monarchs.
Shortly after the meetup commenced, the victim found himself confronted by 4 men with guns drawn on him. They relieved him of all his valuables, including the sneakers, and ran off. According to Sergeant Valentin Olabasi, the victim was able to get to an area where they were able to call the police. When officers arrived, a foot chase ensued and 2 individuals were arrested. Okay, wait. So this person got robbed, was able to flee, call the police, and by the time the police arrived, the people were still within the area where a foot chase could ensue.
I thought they pulled up and four men arrived. Like,
so it didn't say how they arrived. It just said they arrived.
The hell is this, Warriors?
It looked like
it's just a gang.
They just pulled up on bicycles. See, the 4 guns involved in the robbery were later located with the assistance of a police dog.
So everything was all close by. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, what type of, bruh?
Hey, I was reading on Twitter. I don't know him personally, but some kid got robbed for his Gucci outfit and his Balenciagas, and someone commented like, "Oh, sucks for them, man. That was a terrible fit, anyways."
Hell no. The jokes. Okay. I don't know what it is about Snapchat, but y'all need to just stop selling sneakers on Snapchat. Arrange social media
and Facebook, please.
Yes. What's that other one?
Facebook,
OfferUp.
Hey,
OfferUp.
Facebook Market.
Yeah.
I can't even do it. Just reading the comments give me a fucking headache.
Oh my goodness. Arranged social media sneaker sale leads to armed robbery. An article written by Brandon King again for SneakerShop.com. A Salem, New Hampshire resident found himself the victim of a sneaker robbery.
Something about that East Coast, man.
Yeah. The victim arranged the sale of his shoes via Snapchat. Dog, quit.
Your evidence literally fucking disappears at Snapchat.
Wait, hold up, time out. Are you literally just scrolling through these?
Honestly, I didn't even realize that all these are Snapchat. Like, they're just literally like
I've been using Snapchat wrong, bro. I didn't realize you could sell sneakers on there.
Bro, like I'm telling you, if I had stock in Snapchat, I'm selling. The victim arranged the sale of his shoes via Snapchat with 19-year-old Derek Montillon. However, when Derek arrived, he had 2 other individuals along with him. Dog.
The muscle.
If I'm selling you some shoes and we arrange a meetup and then I see you and 2 other people, I'm not getting out my car and I'm driving off.
All right, let me ask you this. Though. If you have like a legit deal going and some kid shows up with like a Supreme purse on, are you not at least going to be tempted to just take his shit?
No, because what am I going to do with that Supreme purse?
Well, no, you're buying shoes off him. He just shows up to the deal wearing it.
You haven't seen the thing on Instagram with the gay dude that beat up the one guy? I mean, he was like.
I have not.
Oh, he whooped his ass.
How you gonna live that down?
Yeah, that's what everybody said in the comments.
Because you know how black folks are. You know, we roast each other and shit.
He was black. That was the worst.
That's what I'm
part.
saying.
Yeah.
You and amongst your friends, you roast each other. You can't get a joke off because it's always gonna come back. I know you ain't talking.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you never know.
Well, I know you ain't laughing.
He might really be able to fight.
Like imagine that was Dunks, right? And so me and you, like we capping on each. No, I'm just saying.
Come on.
No, I'm just for the sake of for the sake of this discussion. No, look. Let's just say it happened to Dunks, right?
I want to ring the bell, but I don't.
I'm willing to let this play out.
Part of me was like, imagine if Mary was gay and he beat the shit out of Dunks, right?
You getting a phone call?
I'm getting a phone call. He gonna be mad at me this time.
Hey, you heard it. My hands are back up.
He had his hands up again. He got the defensive stance.
Jumpman, Mayor, I'm sorry. It's all
Oh,
Nah.
man.
Nah, me and Mary gotta, we cool like that. But imagine that happened to Dunks. And so me and you capping it, we roasting each other, right? And let's say you getting the best of me, right? Let's just say you everybody's laughing. I can't respond back as well as you are responding to me.
All of your mama jokes have just
Yeah,
they
all
over
your
with.
jokes are hitting. None of mine are, right? And Dunks is laughing. You know how we do.
Oh yeah, you gonna
To
look
take
over
the
and
heat
be
off of
like,
myself. Oh, I know you ain't laughing. And then I'm going to bring up that time that dude beat your ass. And I'm gonna be like, yo. And then everybody going to start laughing at you.
The dude with the Supreme purse.
Yes. You got beat up with a purse, G. That's how it goes.
I'd stop coming around. I know how it goes. I know
Hey,
how it
look,
goes.
you at least understand that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Like,
all of a sudden, you guys will hear me on another podcast denying that shit happened.
we gonna be like, damn, what happened?
I'm going to call
never
in.
mind.
Like, I think one of your hosts has a secret. And then he like, who?
That can be taken.
Yeah, it could be
all sorts
taken,
of
yeah.
ways.
Well, he beat the gayness in him. Like,
Well, Dunks did say he changes his sex on the apps.
they did say that.
I did say that, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
I have a little secret.
Derek arrived with two other individuals, which, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what to tell you. According to police, Derek then put a gun on the seller and threatened to shoot him if he didn't hand over his sneakers. The seller/victim was able to report the robbery.
You know what? I hope I get robbed in front of you guys and stand up for myself.
Why would it take a robbery for that to happen?
To get some fucking self-respect around here.
He wanted street cred. Go to jail, man. Just do that.
All right, just set up a Snapchat
Hey, I'm-
sale and then, just
I'm
beat the
gonna
shit out
call
of
in
somebody.
like you guys accept this call from Don. Still no.
You know what it's gonna be like? Remember that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they went back, Will went back to Philly? Carton was all corny, and then he left and came back, and like Carton was all like
He was
thugged out. Yeah.
Malibu's most wanted in real
Right,
life.
real talk. Let's see what happened with Derek. All right, so the victim was able to report the robbery, and over the course of the following week, the police were able to compile enough evidence to obtain an arrest warrant for Derek. Derek was arrested shortly thereafter when he was spotted in an IHOP parking lot by a patrol officer. I don't even know why it makes me chuckle, but why is you wandering around an IHOP parking lot?
I mean, he thought he was untouchable.
Like, is that the spot? IHOP?
For some people, they probably don't have a Waffle House in
I'm just saying,
New
you parking lot
Hampshire.
pimping in the IHOP?
They don't have that. They don't have Coney's. Probably don't have a Denny's.
I could live without Denny's.
Denny's is
I
trash.
have lived.
Hey, hold up, Grand. See what I'm doing here? Slam dunk, player.
Grand Slam.
Slam.
Dunk.
Dog, you said you can. I have. I don't think I've ever been to Denny's.
Really?
It's
Ever.
been in college I did it, but
Yeah.
I could live without it.
Never
I
been to
was
Denny's.
just say only in college because
Which is sad because I've at least been to Applebee's once, and that was the first and last time.
Applebee's is confusing.
Applebee's
I went in
alright.
this establishment
College.
thinking it was
Ever.
going to be nice.
College.
You ever, bro?
college.
That's different.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm like, I go to Little Caesars. What?
I said I was confused. I walked into the establishment thinking it was going to be a nice restaurant. I left not understanding if it was fast food or good or.
Bro, it's fast food you can sit down and eat. At restaurant.
That's basically what it is. It's
That's
in
what it is.
it's a Coney, but just slightly
You like-
upgraded.
It feel like
Hey.
you're at a restaurant, but you eating fast food.
If she's not from West Bloomfield, you might get away with it.
It'll be funny, like if Applebee's don't even cook, like they just DoorDash. Like you order the menu, and then they go in the back pretend they cook, and then somebody else delivers the food.
So which one, Applebee's or Outback?
Outback.
Outback. That was the
I just
easiest question.
I'm so glad we said the same thing.
because I think Outback is just as trash.
It's better.
No.
It's
No,
not
no.
like a,
no,
it's
no,
not like a
I'm-
nice
you can-
steakhouse.
you can
No,
get
that's
but-
what I was gonna say. Like in
I was
terms
gonna- but
of,
you can
Hey,
get a
it's no,
decent steak.
hey, like it's no Fleming's, but
You can get a decent steak from there.
J. Alexander.
yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
nice.
easy.
Okay.
Oh no, if I would take someone to J. Alexander's, I'm trying to flex.
Like if I'm trying to, well, first of all,
Done that.
yeah. J.
And
Alexander's,
then I'm looking at the bill all fucking pissed off after.
Iridescence.
Hey, look, that night too.
But if I just want a steak and I don't really feel like the hassle and shit, I'm going to Texas Roadhouse, bro. Because I get the rolls and the steak.
She was amazed by the salt shake.
Are you serious? Did you have to churn it? What? Oh my God! No, like what in the world?
But this is before. This is before I
She
was
has
engaged,
no life
though.
experience.
I'm about
This
to
was
let off a
this
Ric Flair.
this
Woo!
wasn't
Man.
my fiance, and this was before me and her got engaged.
Oh
This is
my
a different
God.
chick. But it's like
I was gonna say next time I see your fiance,
No,
that's
I
gonna be-
knew instantly.
That's gonna be my wedding gift.
No, like I said, so we go there. She's like, "Oh wow, this is nice. I've never been to a place like this before." And I'm looking. I'm like, "Bitch, you ain't never been to Jazz
Hey.
Center."
Gino's probably sitting there snapping his fingers.
Acting real high end.
Hey, but no, it was.
I'm a regular here, damn it.
Right. Let me talk to the manager.
And then I never forget, like,
I ordered medium rare. This is medium well.
Bring out the Gino menu.
You're right. He had his own table.
the funniest thing is like, so you know, of course they bring you know, salad or whatnot if you got a salad.
Yeah.
So they bring the salad out and she, you know,
Hey,
some
February
people,
1st, I can't wait till shit
so,
reopens.
so
Oh
you
my
know, some
God.
you know, people put salt and pepper in their salad sometimes. So she reach over and she's trying to, you know, like a shaker. She's trying to shake it out,
Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
looking at her and I'm like, she like, it's not working. I'm like, well, that's because
You're damn right.
That's because you got it. So she was like, oh my God, I never seen anything like that.
You gotta take her out more, bro. That's what that sound like.
No, I said this was way before. Hey, look, bang bang, we was done. So, yeah. What?
That's the highlight.
That's it.
Hey, please put that in the summary of the show.
Yeah, I you know that's the title of the show. Bang bang. She was gone.
I mean, hey, it was just like that.
I believe you too. Anyway,
so you want to impress her? Take her to jail, Alexander.
yeah.
Straight
Take her to
up.
a restaurant with expensive salt shakers. Derek was charged with robbery with the firearm, which is a Class A felony. Who knew? And was later arraigned in Rockingham County Superior Court. Police say that the investigation is still ongoing and they have not ruled out the possibility of gang
Wait a minute.
involvement.
Have you ever been to a steakhouse where they play the piano?
They who?
They got the guy that play the piano.
Oh, yeah, every Friday night, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Shit, what's the
Hey, Gino walks up there like, play this.
Hold on,
tune
time
for
out.
me.
Fishbones does that like every weekend.
Hey, hold up, that's a nice place.
It is a nice place.
No, it was a steakhouse one time.
But you wouldn't consider that high end.
We can't reveal all our secrets.
Yeah, no, it was one of my first times going to Chicago.
You talking about the type of restaurants where you got to dress a certain way.
Well, they let me walk in like whatever.
Because you're Gino.
I get turned away if I have boots or ripped jeans on.
I'm saying he can walk in what he's wearing right now.
So we walk in, and as soon as we walk in, I'm like, damn, they got some nice ambiance in here. Like the lights all extra. And I look over, and
Gino's just putting money in the waiter's pocket.
I see a dude. I'm like, why I hear a piano? And it's a guy looking over playing a piano, like literally playing a piano and singing into a microphone. I'm like, where the fuck are we at? So I'm like, all right, well look, let's just sit down. We're gonna look at the menu. And it was like my first time looking at the menu when everything was a la carte. I was like, oh hell no!
Yo,
like, we gotta
low
get
key,
out of
they
here.
got Duo off Northwestern. That's like,
No, y'all sound like
Really?
yeah.
Oh my god. It's,
But you gotta think, this was roughly about 13, 14 years
what's
ago.
that show
so-
when like the Amish kids go off the reservation and they go to like the city?
And he called it like living Amish or something like
Yeah,
that?
like it's like what is it? Like they're just shocked by everything.
We're not all influencers, you know.
Right,
we got.
exactly.
It's a real thing they do. It's
Yeah.
called Rumspragen.
Yeah.
And they get like 2 weeks to go like experience I think it's a month to go experience the real world and figure if they want to come back to the
So it
community.
sounds
and
like
live there.
Gino and his girlfriend did the black version of that. Like they just got to go in the real world and experience salt.
Again, this was pre
Good salt.
fiance. This was years. This was before all of that.
Man, that is. All right. Well, on that note,
That's how I found out about the vinegar.
Oh my god. On that note, this is episode 278, and
You the only one keeping count.
it's either 279 or 278 at this point. I don't know. Yeah, I
What
got
number is it, Dunks?
Yeah, 278 sounds about right.
it. Yeah. But no, I had a best of episode that I still want to put up, so let's just say 279 for the sake of argument. What's
Ooh, can they have a mayor altercation on it?
Yeah, let's bet. Let's do it.
I missed the bell. I'm already nervous.
Or I should add that as like extra footage.
Bonus
DVD
content.
footage. Yeah.
Thought we had an understanding.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We out. We love y'all. Peace.